Latter-day rooster on a quest to the light, reading through the stories, feeling oh so right. Join the march of hearts, let your spirit ignite. Together we will read through the day and the night.
My name is Rooster. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's why this channel is called Latter-day Rooster. I'm getting ready for my baptism at the end of summer of 2026. To prepare for that, I'm going to read the whole Book of Mormon. I would love it if you would join me on my Book of Mormon adventure. Follow along and read with me each day. If you don't have your own Book of Mormon, there's a link in the description to get one for free. Follow along, friends, and learn about our Savior, Jesus Christ. Hello. Today, I am going to be reading back and forth with my partner, Sean Dorner. Now let's start the Book of Mormon on our study. The Book of Mormon, the first book of Nephi, his reign and his ministry.
Chapter 1. An account of Lehi and his wife Sariah, and his 4 sons, being called, beginning at the eldest, Laman, Lemuel, Sam, and Nephi. The Lord warns Lehi to depart out of the land of Jerusalem, because he prophesieth unto the people concerning their iniquity, and they seek to destroy his life. He taketh 3 days' journey into the wilderness with his family. Nephi taketh his brethren and returns into the land of Jerusalem after the record of the Jews. The account of their sufferings. They take the daughters of Ishmael to wife. They take their families and depart into the wilderness. Their sufferings and afflictions in the wilderness. The course of their travels. They came to the large waters. Nephi's brethren rebelleth against him. He confounded them and buildeth a ship. They called the place Bountiful. They crossed the large waters into the promised land. This is according to the account of Nephi, or in other words, I, Nephi, wrote this record.
I, Nephi, have been born of goodly parents. Therefore, I was taught somewhat in all of the learning of my father, and I have seen many afflictions in the course of my days. Nevertheless, having been highly favored of the Lord in all my days. Yea, having had a great knowledge of the goodness and the mysteries of God, therefore I make a record of my proceedings in my days. I make a record in the land and language of my father, which consists the learning of the Jews and the language of the Egyptians.
And I know that the record which I make is true, and I make it with mine own hand, and I make it according to my knowledge.
For it came to pass that the commencement of the first year of the reign of Zedekiah, the king of Judah, my father, and my father Lehi, having dwelt at Jerusalem in all his days, that in In that same year there came many prophets, prophesying unto the people that they must repent, or a great city of Jerusalem must be destroyed.
Wherefore it came to pass that my father Lehi, as he went forth, prayed unto the Lord, yea, even with all his heart, in behalf of his people.
And it came to pass that he prayed unto the Lord. There came a pillar of fire and dwelt upon a rock before him, and he saw and heard much, because of the things which he because of the things which ye have saw and heard. He didn't quake and tremble exceedingly.
And it came to pass that he returned into his own house at Jerusalem, and he cast himself upon his bed, being overcome with the Spirit and the things which he had seen.
And being thus overcome with the Spirit, he was carried away in a vision, even that he saw the heavens open, and he thought he saw God sitting upon his throne, surrounded with numberless concourses of angels in the attitude of singing and praising their God.
And it came to pass that he saw one descending out of the midst of heaven, and he beheld that his luster was above that all the sun at noonday.
And he also saw 12 others following him in their brightness. It did exceed that of the stars in the firmament, and they came down and went forth upon the face of the earth.
And the first came and stood before my father, and gave unto him a book, and bade him that he should read.
And it came to pass that as he read, he was filled with the Spirit of the Lord. And he read, saying, Wow, unto Jerusalem, for I have seen thine abominations.
Yea, and many things did my father read concerning Jerusalem, that it should be destroyed, and the inhabitants thereof, many should perish by the sword, and many should be carried away captive into Babylon.
And it came to pass that when my father had read and saw many great and marvelous things, he did exclaim many things unto the Lord, such as great and marvelous are thy works, O Lord God Almighty. Thy throne is high over all the inhabitants of the earth. Because thou art merciful, thou wilt not suffer those who come unto thee, that they shall perish.
And after this manner was the language of my father in praising of his God, for his soul did rejoice, and his whole heart was filled, because of the things which he had seen, yea, which the Lord had shown unto him.
And now I, Nephi, do not make a full account of the things which my father had written, for he hath written many things which he saw visions in dreams.
And he also hath written many things which he prophesied and spake unto his children, of which I shall not make a full account, but I shall make an account of my proceeding in my days.
Behold, I make an abridgment of the record my father upon the plates which I have made with mine own hands. Wherefore, after I have abridged the record of my father, then I will make an account of mine own life.
Therefore I would that ye know that after the Lord had shown so many marvelous things unto my father Lehi, yea, concerning the destruction of Jerusalem, behold, he went forth among the people, and began to prophesy, and declare unto them concerning the things which he had both seen and heard.
And it came to pass that the Jews did mock him, and because of the things which he had testified of them. For he truly testified of their wickedness and their abominations.
And he testified that the things which he saw and heard, and also the things which he read in the book, manifested plainly of the coming of a Messiah, and also the redemption of the world.
And when the Jews heard these things, they were angry with him, yea, even as with the prophets of old, whom they had cast out and stranded and slain. Slain.
And they also sought his life, that they might take it away.
But behold, I, Nephi, will shew unto you that the tender mercies of the Lord are over all of those whom he hath chosen, because of their faith, to make them mighty even unto the power of deliverance.
For behold, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto my father, yea, even in a dream, and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Lehi, because of the things which thou hast done.
And because thou hast been faithful, and declared unto his people the things which I commanded thee. Behold, they seek to take away thy life.
And it came to pass that the Lord commanded my father, even in a dream, that he should take his family and depart into the wilderness.
And it came to pass that he was obedient unto the word of the Lord. Therefore he did as the Lord commanded him.
And it came to pass that he departed into the wilderness.
And he left his house and the land of his inheritance, and took his gold with him, save it were his family and provisions and tents. And he departed into the wilderness.
And he came down by the borders near the shore of the Red Sea.
And he traveled into the wilderness in the borders which were near the Red Sea.
And he did travel in the wilderness with his family, which consisted of my mother, Sariah, and my elder brothers, who were Laman, Lemuel, and Sam.
And it came to pass that when he had traveled 3 days in the wilderness, he pitched his tent in a valley by the side of a river of water.
And it came to pass that he build an altar of stones. And he made an offering unto the Lord, and gave thanks unto the Lord our God.
And when my father saw, And it came to pass that he called the name of the valley was, the name of the river Laman, and it interrupted into the Red Sea, and the valley was in the borders near the mouth thereof.
And when my father saw that the waters of the river emptied into the fountains of the Red Sea, he spake unto Laman, saying, O that thou mightest be like unto this river, continually running into the fountain of all righteousness.
And he also spake unto Lemuel,
Mm-hmm.
Lemuel, O thou that thou mightest be like unto this valley, firm and steadfast, and immovable, in keeping the commandments of the Lord.
Now he spake because of the stiffneckedness of Laman and Lemuel. For behold, they did murmur in many things against their father, because he was a visionary man. And he led them out of the land of Jerusalem, to leave their land of inheritance, and their gold, and their silver, and their precious things, to perish in the wilderness.
And this they said he had done because of the foolish imaginations of his heart.
And thus Laman and Lemuel, being the eldest, did murmur against their father.
Neither did they believe that. And they did murmur because they knew not the dealings of that God who had created them.
Neither did they believe that Jerusalem, that great city, could be destroyed according to the words of the prophets.
And they were like unto the Jews who were at Jerusalem, who sold to sold to take away the life of my father.
And it came to pass that my father did speak unto them in the valley of Lemuel with power, being filled with the Spirit, until their frames did shake before him.
And he did confound them, and he did confound them, that they durst not enter against him. Wherefore they did as he commanded them.
And my father dwelt in a tent.
Where? And it came to pass that Nephi, being exceeding great, young, nevertheless, being learned in a statue, also having great desires to know of the mysteries of God.
Yeah. Wherefore I did cry unto the Lord, and behold, he did visit me, and did soften my heart, that I did believe all the words which he had spoken by my father. Wherefore I did not rebel against him like unto my brothers.
And I spake unto Sam, making known unto him the holy things which the Lord had manifested unto his Holy Spirit.
And it came to pass that he believed in my words.
But behold, Laman and Lemuel would not hearken unto my words.
And being grieved because of their hardness of their hearts, I cried unto the Lord for them.
And it came to pass that the Lord spake unto me, saying, Blessed art thou, Nephi, because of thy faith, for thou hast me diligently with those loneliness of heart.
And inasmuch as ye shall keep my commandments, ye shall prosper, and shall be led unto the land of promise, yea, even a land which I have prepared for you, yea, a land that is of choice above all other lands.
And such as thy brethren shall rebel against thee, they shall be cut off from the presence of the Lord.
And inasmuch as thou shalt keep my commandments, thou shalt be made a ruler and a teacher over thy brethren.
For behold, in that day they shall rebel against me. I will curse them even with a sore curse, and they shall have no power over thy seed, except they shall rebel against me also.
And if it so be that they rebel against me, they shall be a scourge unto thy seed, to stir them up in the ways of remembrance.
And it came to pass that I, Nephi, returned from speaking with the Lord to the tent of my father.
And it came to pass that he spake unto me, saying, Behold, I have dreamed a dream, in which the Lord hath commanded me that thou and thy brethren shall return to Jerusalem.
For behold, Laman hath the record of the Jews, and also it acknowledged for thy forefathers, and they are engraven upon the plates of brass.
Wherefore the Lord hath commanded me that thou and thy brothers should go into the house of Laban, and seek the records, and bring them down hither into the wilderness.
And now behold, thy brothers murmur, saying, It is a hard thing which I have required for them. But behold, I have not required it of them, but it is a commandment of the Lord.
Therefore go, my son, and thou shalt be favored of the Lord, because thou hast not murmured.
And it came to pass that I, Nephi, said unto thy father, I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded me. For I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare the way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commandeth them.
And it came to pass that when my father had heard these words, he was exceedingly glad, for he knew that I had been blessed of the Lord.
And I, Nephi, and my brethren took our journey in the wilderness, with our tents to go up in the land of Jerusalem.
And it came to pass that when we had come up to the land of Jerusalem, I and my brethren did consult one with another, and we cast lots, who of us should go into the house of Laban.
And it came to pass that a lot fell upon Laman, and Laman went into the house of Laban. He talked with him, and as he sat in his house,
And he desired of Laban the records, which were engraven upon the plates of brass, which contained the genealogy of my father.
And behold, it came to pass that Laban was angry, and he thrust him out from his presence, and that he would not he should have the record.
Wherefore he said unto him, Behold, thou art a robber, and I will slay thee.
But Laman fell out of his presence and told these the things which Laban had done unto us.
And we began to be exceedingly sorrowful. And my brethren were about to return unto my father in the wilderness.
So, therefore, let us speak. But behold, I said unto them that as the Lord liveth, as we live, we shall not go down unto our father in the wilderness until we have accomplished the thing which the Lord hath commanded us.
Wherefore let us be faithful in keeping the commandments of the Lord.
Therefore, let us go down to the land of our fathers, and of the inheritance. For behold, he left gold and silver and all and all manners of riches.
And all this he hath done because of the commandments of the Lord. For he, knowing that Jerusalem must be destroyed because of the wickedness of the people.
For behold, they have rejected the words of the prophets.
Wherefore, if my father should dwell in the land after he hath been commanded to flee out of the land, behold, he would also perish.
Wherefore it must needs that he flee out of the land.
And behold, it is wisdom in God that we should obtain these records, that we may preserve unto our children the language of our fathers.
And also that we may preserve unto the words which have been spoken by the mouth of all the holy prophets, which have been delivered unto them by the Spirit and power of God, since the world began, even down unto its present time.
And it came to pass that after this manner of language I did persuade my brethren, that they might be faithful in keeping the commandments of God.
And it came to pass that we went down to the land of our inheritance, and we did gather together our gold and our silver and our precious things.
And when we had gathered these things, we went up again unto the house of Laban.
And it came to pass that we went into Laban, and we were engraven upon the plates of brass, which would give unto him our gold, and our silver, and all of our precious things.
And it came to pass that when Laban saw our property, that it was exceedingly great, he did lust after it, insomuch that he thrust us out and sent his servants to slay us, that he might obtain our property.
And it came to pass that when we did flee before the servants of Laban, we were obliged to leave behind our property, and it fell into the hands of Laban.
And it came to pass that we did flee into the wilderness, and the servants of Laban did not overtake us, and we hid ourselves in the cavity of a rock.
And it came to pass that Laban was angry with me, and also with my father, and also with Lemuel, for hearkened unto the words of Laban.
Wherefore Laman and Lemuel did speak many hard words unto us, their younger brothers, and they did smite us even with a rod.
Um, and it came to pass that they smote us with a rod. Behold, and an angel of the Lord came and stood before them, and he spake unto them, saying, Why do ye smite your younger brother with a rod?
Know ye not that the Lord hath chosen him to be a ruler over you, and because of your iniquities?
Behold, ye shall go up to Jerusalem again, and the Lord will deliver you into Laban's hands. Laban into your hands.
And after the angel had spoken to us, he departed.
And after the angel had departed, Laban and Lemuel again began to murmur, saying, How is it possible that the Lord will deliver Laban into our hands?
Behold, he is a mighty man, and he can command 50. Yea, he can slay 50. Then why not us?
Um, where?
99.
Oh. And let it come to pass that I spake unto my brethren, saying, Let us go up again to Jerusalem, and let us be saying, Let's go up again to Jerusalem, and let us be faithful in keeping our commandments of the Lord. For behold, he is the maker of all the earth. Then why not mightier than Laban and his 50 ye, or even in his tens of thousands?
Therefore let us go up. Let us be strong like unto Moses. For he truly spake unto the waters of the Red Sea, and they divided hither and thither. And our fathers came through out of captivity on dry ground. And the armies of Pharaoh did follow, and were drowned by the waters of the Red Sea.
And now behold, ye know that this is true, and ye also know that an angel hath spoken unto you. Wherefore, can ye doubt?
Let us go up to the Lord. Let us go up. The Lord is able to deliver us, even as our fathers, and to destroy Laban, even as the Egyptians.
Now when I had spoken these words, they were yet wroth, and did still continue to murmur. Nevertheless, they did follow me up, until we came without the walls of Jerusalem.
And it was by night, and I cursed that they should hide themselves without the walls.
And after they had hid themselves, Nephi crept unto the city, and went forth towards the house of Laban.
And I was led by the Spirit, not knowing beforehand the things which I should do.
Nevertheless, I went forth, and as I came near the house of Laban, and I beheld a man, and he had fallen to the earth before me, for he was drunken with wine.
And when I came to him and found that it was Laban,
And I hid his sword, and I drew it forth from the sheath, therefore, and the hilt, therefore, it was pure gold, and the blade therefore was most precious steel.
and it came to pass that I was constrained by the Spirit that I should kill Laban.
But I said in my heart, never at any time have I shed the blood of man, as I shrunk, and I that I might not slay him.
And the Spirit said unto me again, Behold, the Lord hath delivered him unto thy hands. Yea, I also know that he had sought to take away mine own life. Yea, and he would not hearken unto the commandments of the Lord. And he also had taken away our property.
And it came to pass that the Spirit said unto me again, Slay him, for the Lord hath delivered him into thy hands.
Behold, the Lord slayeth the wicked, to bring forth his righteous purpose.
And now it is better that one man should perish than a nation should dwindle and perish in unbelief.
And now, when I, Nephi, had heard these words, I remembered the words of the Lord which he spake unto me in the wilderness, saying, That inasmuch as thy seed shall keep my commandments, they shall prosper in the land of promise.
Yea, and I also thought that they could not keep the commandments of the Lord according to the law of Moses, save they should have the law.
And I knew that the law was engraved upon the plates of brass.
And again, I knew that the Lord had delivered Laban into my hands for this cause, that I might obtain the records according to his commandments.
Therefore I did obey the voice of the Spirit, and took Laban by the hair of the head, and smote off his head with his own sword.
How much more pages? 4? Man. And after I had smitten off his head with his own sword, I took off the gravens of Laban and put it on and put them on upon armor and upon mine own body. Yet every whit did I grit on his armor about my loins.
And after I had done this, I went forth unto the treasury of Laban.
And as I went forth towards the treasury of Laban, behold, I saw the servant of Laban, who had the keys of the treasury.
And I commanded him in the voice of Laban, that he should go with me into the treasury. And he supposed me to be his master Laban, for he beheld the garments and also the sword girded about my loins.
And he spake unto me concerning the elders of the Jews. He knowing that his master Laban had been out by night among them.
And I spake unto him as if I had been Laban.
And I also spake unto him that I should carry the engravings which were upon the plates of brass to my elder brethren who were without in the walls.
And I also bade him that he should follow me.
And and he spake unto me. Which one?
129.
And supposing that I spake of the Brethren church, and that I was truly that Laban whom I slain, therefore did not follow me.
And he spake unto me many times concerning the elders of the Jews. And I went forth unto my brethren, who were without the walls.
And I also blade. And it came to pass that when Laman saw me, he was exceedingly frightened Also Lemuel and Sam.
And they fled from before my presence, for they supposed it was Laban, and that he had slain me, and sought to take away their lives also.
And it came to pass that when the servant of Laban beheld of my brethren, he began to tremble. Wait, hang on, never mind. It came to pass that I called after them. He did hear me, wherefore they did chase to flee from my presence.
And it came to pass that when the servant of Laban beheld my brethren, he began to tremble, and was about to flee from me, and return to the city of Jerusalem.
Where? Oh, 135.
Mm-hmm.
And now I Nephi being a man, and what stature, did size upon the servant Laban, and he held him out that he should not flee.
And it came to pass that I spake with him, that if he would hearken unto my words, as the Lord liveth, and as I live, even so that he would hearken unto our words, we would spare his life.
And I spake unto him, even with an oath, that he hath commanded us to do this thing, and ye shall not in the wilderness with us.
And I also spake unto him, saying, Surely the Lord hath commanded us to do the thing, and shall we not be diligent in keeping the commandments of the Lord?
Therefore, if thou wilt and go down to the wilderness to delight in keeping the commandments, therefore, if thou wilt go down to the wilderness to thy father, where? Thou shalt have peace with us.
And it came to pass that Zoram did take courage at the words which I spake.
And now Zoram was the name of the servant, and he promised that he would go down to the wilderness unto our father.
And he also made an oath unto us, that he would tarry with us from that time forth.
Now we were
Desirous
that we should tarry with us, for this cause, that the Jews might not know concerning our flight into the wilderness, lest they should preserve us and and destroy us.
And it came to pass that when Zoram had made an oath unto us, our fears did cease concerning him.
And it came to pass that we took the plates of brass, and the servant of Laban, and departed into the wilderness, and the journey unto the tent of our father.
And it came to pass that after we had come down into the wilderness unto our father, behold, he was filled with joy. And also my mother, Sariah, was exceedingly glad, For she truly had mourned because of us, for she had supposed that we had perished in the wilderness.
And she also had complained against my father, telling them that he had a visionary man, saying, Behold, thou hast led us forth from the land of our inheritance, and my sons are more than we perish in the wilderness.
And after this manner of language had my mother complained against my father.
Where?
149.
And it had come to pass that my father spake unto her, saying, I know that I am a visionary man, for if I had known the goodness of if I have not seen the things of God in a vision, I should have known the goodness of God, but I haven't traded at Jerusalem, and I had perished with my brother.
But behold, I have obtained a land of promise, in which things I do rejoice.
Yea, I know that the Lord will deliver my sons out of the hands of Laban, and bring them down again to us in the wilderness.
And after this manner of language did my father Lehi comfort my mother Sariah concerning us, while we journeyed in the wilderness, up to the land of Jerusalem, to obtain the record of the Jews.
What time is it? Okay. And when we had returned to the tent of my father, behold, their joy was full, and my mother was comforted. Behold, there. Oh.
And she spake, saying, Now I know a surety that the Lord hath commanded my husband to flee into the wilderness.
Yea, and I also know of a surety that the Lord hath proceeded my sons, and delivered them out of the hands of Laban, and gave them power whereby, and they could accomplish the thing which the Lord hath commanded them.
And after this manner of language did she speak.
And it came to pass that they did rejoice exceedingly, and did offer sacrifice and burnt offerings unto the Lord, and they gave thanks unto the God of Israel.
And after they had given thanks unto the God of Israel, my father Lehi took the records, which were engraven upon the plates of brass, and he did search them from the beginning.
159. And he beheld that they didn't contain the 5 books of Moses, which gave an account of the creation of the world,
And also of Adam and Eve, who were the first parents.
and also a record of the Jews from the beginning,
Even down to the commencement of the region of Zedekiah, king of Judah, and also the prophecies of the holy prophets from the beginning, even down to the commencement of the reign of Zedekiah.
and also many prophecies which have been spoken by the mouth of Jeremiah.
And it came to pass that my father Lehi also found upon the plates of brass the genealogy of his fathers.
Wherefore, he knew that he was a descendant of Joseph. Yea, even that Joseph, who was the son of Jacob, who a household from the perishing of the Lord was sold unto Egypt, and who was preserved by the hand of
The Lord.
the Lord, that he might preserve in his father Jacob and all his household from the preserving flame.
And they were also led out of captivity, and out of the land of Egypt, by the same God who had preserved them.
And thus thy father Lehi did discover the genealogy of his fathers.
And Laban also was a descendant of Joseph, wherefore he and his fathers had kept the records.
Where? And now when my father saw all these things, he was filled with the Spirit. He began to prophesy concerning his seed, that these plates of brass should go forth to all nations, kindreds, tongues, and people who were of his seed.
Wherefore he said that these plates of brass should never perish, neither should they be dimmed any more by time.
And he prophesied many things concerning this his seed.
And it came to pass that thus far I and my father had kept the commandments wherewith the Lord hath commanded us.
And we had abandoned the record which the Lord obtained the record which the Lord had commanded us, and searched them, and found that they were desirable, yea, even of great worth unto us, and we wish that we could preserve the commandments of the Lord unto our children.
Wherefore it was wisdom in the Lord that we should carry them with us as we journeyed into the wilderness towards the land of promise.
And that's all for today, folks. Bye.
Latter-day rooster on a quest to the light, reading through the stories, feeling oh so right. Join the march of hearts, let your spirit.
This has been a Stunt Brain production.